Let me make a good decision here. Most people don't realize that heart disease does not always start with chest pain. It starts silently, specifically with your diet. Heart disease continues to take a serious toll on Americans. But the good news is your diet can work favorably for you. Let's talk about 7 foods that can help support your arteries and support your heart as well. A diet low in saturated fat, sodium, and cholesterol, while rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean protein are crucial for heart health. My name is Dr. Hackler, aka Dr. Hack. I'm a board certified cardiologist and a social media medical influencer. And I use my practice and my platform to teach people heart healthy information. I've helped hundreds of patients take control of their heart health by changing what they eat before it's too late. With my background in internal medicine and my years of experience in cardiovascular health, I've seen firsthand what works and what does not. I haven't always had the best diet, so I do understand the struggle. But I've learned how to blend culture and health without sacrificing flavor. Ooh, that boy's saucy. My mission is simple: help you eat smarter, live longer, and stay ahead of statistics. Now, let's dive deeper into why this is important. Let's go back to the summer of 2022. It was my first summer as an attending physician. As a cardiologist, I was told to come to the emergency room for an emergent patient. I got down to the emergency room, and when I walked into the door, I was shocked. In front of my eyes was a 44-year-old white male who was very, very fit, who I was told had a cardiac arrest outside of the hospital before he was brought in by emergency personnel. Now, what happened was he was playing soccer for a league, and while playing soccer, he stopped and he collapsed. Luckily, the people who were on the team with him knew how to do CPR and knew that they should get a defibrillator. All those steps were taken and he was brought back to life. Fast forward to us being in the emergency room. We're running tests, labs, imaging, all those things. But while they're brewing, I'm talking to the patient. What I find out is, one, he's a physician. So health is something that he already knows about. He tells me, hey doc, I don't have any family history of early heart attacks or early cardiovascular disease. I don't have any significant history of my own. And I also don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do illicit drugs. And at this point, I'm puzzled, because why would a man who's 44, very fit, and doesn't have any significant issues have cardiac arrest? Now, we talked about his diet, and that's where things took a turn. He told me that he was very interested in putting on mass, and he was working on his body composition. So he was pretty much just eating meat. Not the lean meat that we know is good for us, but a lot of red meat, a lot of fried foods, a lot of meat that is just not necessarily the best for us. So after this conversation, we get some more lab tests, and his heart enzymes are just going up, 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 and his EKG is showing signs that something is happening. There are dynamic EKG changes, which is not a good thing. So we rushed him to the cath lab, and in the cath lab, he underwent a coronary angiography. And what that is a procedure where we take a catheter, go through the arteries, look at the arteries under an x-ray, and we look for any blockages after shooting some dye. So when he had the heart attack, it caused his heart to go into cardiac arrest. Now, this is important because out of all the things that we talked about, his diet was probably the most major contributing factor to why this occurred. Now, this was a medical professional, but this can also happen to anybody. So let's talk about those 7 foods that help support your arteries and your heart and help prevent heart attacks. Number 1, avocados. Now, whether you consider avocados to be a fruit or a vegetable, that doesn't matter, because that's not what we're debating here. However, what is in question is if this food group is good for our heart. And studies have shown that people who eat at least 2 avocados a week have lower cardiovascular risk than those who don't. Now, because avocados are high in monosaturated fats, they decrease your bad cholesterol, and they have anti-inflammatory properties, which are both good for your heart. Also, avocados are a good source of potassium. and potassium has been known to stabilize blood pressure. So replace animal products like bacon, butter, and cheese with avocados. Next up is one of my personal favorites, leafy green vegetables. So spinach, kale, cabbage, greens, these all deliver nitrates which help improve blood flow. Nitrates are converted into nitric oxide, which dilates our blood vessels to help improve circulation and decrease blood pressure. Number 3, berries. All berries, but especially blueberries and strawberries. They're full of antioxidants which decrease plaque and inflammation. Very key ingredients in heart attacks. Number 4, another personal favorite, fatty fish. Salmon, tuna, sardines, trout. They're all full of omega-3s, which are good for your heart. Numero 5. Now this one's for my bodybuilders, but oats, especially oatmeal. They're rich in soluble fiber that lowers LDL cholesterol, our bad cholesterol, all while regulating our blood sugar and decreasing inflammation. Number 6, nuts, such as almonds and walnuts, are loaded with unsaturated fats, fibers, and antioxidants. Many of the same benefits that we've already previously discussed that have been linked to heart health. And last, but certainly not least, number 7, olive oil. Although this is not a food, it is a healthy fat that helps lower cholesterol, the bad cholesterol of course, decreases inflammation, and some studies even show that it may lower your blood pressure. Olive oil is a great substitute instead of vegetable oils such as corn or canola, which can be high in saturated fats, the bad fats. Now technically, these 7 foods do not unblock arteries, but they do, however, slow the progression of plaque buildup within our arteries. So let's add them to our daily diets. And that's a wrap for today. Remember, if you have anything that you need to say, any questions, just drop them in the comment section and I'll be sure to make a video addressing them. So remember, smash that like button and subscribe. That way you'll know when the next video is dropping.